The nationalist wave in Europe is coming in like a tsunami, and we just had confirmation of that with the Finnish results, the results of the Finnish general election, which were a couple of days ago. The Nationalist Party, the Finns party, won 17.5% of the poll, and that equaled 39 seats. They were just edged out of first place by the Social Democrats. It was virtually a tie. The Social Democrats got 40 seats, the Finns party 39 seats. Now you mightn't think that's a big deal, but if you just go back to September 2018, the Finns party were on the floor. They'd appointed a leader, Jussi Hannah, who really set the cat amongst the pigeons. He was regarded in Finland as a thought criminal. He'd been found guilty of racism for saying that Somali immigrants were coming into Finland as bogus asylum seekers and were just milking the welfare state. An obvious truth, but a truth that you're not allowed to speak in our globalist societies. He was taken to court and he was convicted of a crime for making these statements. And so it was a shock when he was appointed as the new leader of the True Finns in 2017. It was such a shock that most of the True Finn MPs who were in coalition with the Centre Party ruling Finland jumped ship and formed their own party, the New Alternative. And Jussi Hannah was kicked into touch. I mean, he was left with a rump of MPs in the Finnish Parliament, 17 MPs. Its standing in the opinion polls collapsed. He went down to 7%. The party lost members, and he would become, most people thought, an irrelevance. We sort of forgot about the True Finns. It being a real flag bearer for the nationalist cause in Europe, but it had been kicked into the wilderness. And then, in September, October 2018, not long ago, 7, 8, 9 months ago, a scandal broke in Oulu in Finland. Girls were being groomed and raped and prostituted by Muslim gangs, just as we've seen in Britain, just as has happened across Europe. But Jussi Hannah, he's a brave man. He's an incredibly brave man. He went for this like a bull terrier. He tore into it, and he held rallies, he held press conferences, and he was attacked. He was attacked by Muslim gangs for taking a stand. And if you've seen Jussi Hannah in Finland, you can probably see him now. He looks like a civil servant. He doesn't look a heroic figure. He's a quiet spoken figure. He's a considered man, but he's a very determined character. He reminds me of Tommy Robinson in many ways, and he's put the spotlight on these grooming gangs abusing children, Finnish girls in Oulu, and he refused to let go, and he called the authorities to account, the police and the politicians, and he made it a big issue. And people applauded that. They saw his bravery, they saw his courage, like Tommy Robinson, and they got behind him. And the standing of the Finns, his new party, the Finns party, started to rise in the polls. And then come the general election. A general election was called for April 2019, and he began to campaign to protect Finland from this invasion, and saying that this election is about the national survival of Finland. There's an existential threat to each European nation, from mass immigration, from ceding sovereignty to the EU, and from the explosion of the Islamic presence. And he wasn't afraid to call it out. And as the election campaign unfolded, new members joined his party, old comrades came back to support him, and he started to rise in the opinion polls. But nobody expected the result that we saw at the beginning of this week, when they got 17.5% and 39 seats and become the major player now. I mean, the Social Democrats were declared winners of this election. They've actually tied with the Finns party. And this is a sign that the European people will rally to those who defend their nation, defend their people, and call for a future for their people and their nations. I mean, Jussi Hannah has said that he doesn't want any more third world immigration into Finland. He wants to stop the expansion of Islamic influence in Finland. This is Finland, remember. This is a northern Nordic realm, a Nordic country. And this guy's simply standing up for his country and for his people, and trying to give them a future, trying to secure a future for Finnish children. And for that, he's vilified by the media. He was attacked by Muslim mobs. He was denounced by the Finnish authorities and was criminalised. But he refused to give up because he's such a courageous man. He's a valiant man, Jussi Hannah, and the people rallied behind him. And he got this astonishing result, which means now, when the Euros come along on the 22nd of May, the Finns are likely to send Finn's party 3 MEPs back to the European Parliament, which will be a significant contributor to Salvini's group, Salvini's nationalist group, which is going to take this European Parliament by the throat. I mean, I began to realise that the Finn's party were regaining credibility when Jussi Hannah went to Italy and joined Salvini's nationalist European force. He was there at the launch of that. And this is a sign to all the parties across Europe that nationalism is on a winning run. It's what people want now. They want their nations to be secured. You can make a stand and people will acknowledge it and they will support it. And we need to see that in Britain as well. I mean, UKIP are sort of reluctant to take Tommy Robinson on board. Gerard Batten sort of offered the hand of friendship, but he won't embrace Tommy and bring him into UKIP. But Tommy will bring a new dimension to UKIP. He will show that UKIP are not a one-trick pony, just fighting for Britain to leave the European Union, but are fighting for the salvation of our nation, the protection of our nation. Because we have this problem here as well, of mass immigration, of course we do, and Islamisation. And it's people like Tommy who will rally the people and give the people hope to fight back. And we've got to get behind these figures. And as we've seen in these results now in the Dutch elections with Thierry Baudet, we've seen with Salvini in Italy, and we're seeing with Santiago Abascal in Spain. He is rallying the Spanish people, just as Jussi Hannah has rallied the Finnish people. And this is going on right across the continent now. These heroic figures are emerging by the week. I said this on the last video. They're emerging all the time. I mean, what we're seeing in Spain with the Vox Party is that they've sidestepped the mainstream media and they're producing great product for the social media. They're having rallies and they're proclaiming their message loud and clear. Again, they're being vilified, they're being attacked, but they're winning through. They're making a real breakthrough in the Spanish election. Something big is happening in Spain. And we've got to keep our eye on that. The election in Spain is the 26th of April. It promises to be another crown and glory in the nationalist tide which is sweeping Europe. So take heart, comrades. Join the fight. We patriots will overcome. We will save our nations and we will save this continent from the invasion. And the globalists who've deceived us and have led us, have thrown away our nations in many ways, they're now going to be cast aside. We're in the age, the nationalist age, and there's triumphs ahead. Well done to Jussi Hannah and the Finns party. Well done. And they're going to be involved now in the coalition in Finland, in the actual government. They're going to get control of immigration in that nation. Just as the nationalists have recently got control of immigration in Estonia when they've joined the coalition. So all over Europe, there's dramatic changes taking place. Great source of optimism. We're going to win in this battle. Join in. Join a patriotic vehicle and let's turn the tide against the globalists. Under the great leadership of Donald Trump, the American president, the most powerful man in the world, he's setting a tone for the rest of us. Great hope for the future. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. We're putting out messages as often as we can now to stir up the people of this nation and the people of the West to fight back on behalf of their nations, to have confidence that we can win. We're trying to buy new equipment. We want to buy a small camera so that we can film outside, and we want to buy some radio mics so we can get good sound quality outside. So we're looking for funds really to promote this work that we're doing. So if you support us and you want to invest in this battle to save our nation, there's a PayPal link in the description. If you can, please make a donation. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Ring the bell as well so you get a notification of any future videos we make. We're turning out 2, 3, 4 videos a week now, and we're going to keep on this battle until we win. Thank you.